welcome to Princess Ninja and Keto. Welcome to my daily vlog. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm back here baking some protein sparing modified bread. I only have a few minutes because I've got to get Carmi to the vet today. You are going to see a daily vlog. You are going to see a product review. I'm going to try to keep it upbeat, uplifting, and exciting for you, entertaining, if you will. Thank you, Mr. Rich. Today in my bread, this is a company called Granberry Farms, right? You can pause that and get their address, their name, if you're not sure how I'm spelling it or pronouncing it. But they make concentrated flavors, kind of like one-on-one. Now, I have some one-on-one flavors every once in a while. If I don't have a flavored coffee, I will put some of my one-on-one flavors in my coffee. I have tried the chocolate in my coffee. I'm going to have to find another recipe for that. Okay, so let's back up. Let's back up, Mr. Rich. Don't worry, I do like your product. So I used 10 drops in an entire loaf of bread of the sweet bread flavorings. And it changed the profile of the bread, the taste profile. And I really kind of liked it. It gave it a different flavor. It gave it a fuller bread flavor. So that's why I was super excited to try the buttered toast because, man, back in the day when I was living the sad life, I loved buttered toast. So anyway, all right. So you guys know that I'm following Dr. Eric Westman's Phase 1, the product that I am consuming today. Everything is on this list, unless the oil that they make this product with is not. But I'm going to go by one of the talks that Dr. Westman gave, where he says if you're only consuming these other oils that a lot of people are like, oh, you shouldn't eat that. You shouldn't eat that. If you're only eating it in small quantities and it's not an everyday thing, Dr. Westman says he hasn't seen a lot of science studies that show that in small consumptions it's that bad or dangerous. Okay, so basically I frequently take my keto temperature, which means not physically, but if I'm eating a food and I'm not losing weight and I take that food out of my nutrition plan and I start losing weight, and then I add that food back and the weight loss stops again, I can pretty much guess that, okay, that food, that ingredient, that thing is just not going to be my thing. And if you hear a cat crying in the background, the cat is not neglected. The kitten has this new fun game that she plays where she will put a toy on one side of the door. She will run to the other side of the door, lay on the floor, and take her cute little paws and bat at the toy from under the door. What she does a lot of times is she accidentally shuts the door. She has now shut herself in the room and Grandma must go save her. So I will see you with a product review and everything else I do during the day. Thank you for being here. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe. Everybody, don't forget the thumbs up. Leave me a comment and I will see you at the next segment. Let me go save a cat. All right, guys, it's time to make another loaf of bread. Now, Mr. Rich from Granberry Farms sent me an entire box of all the different flavors of their concentrated flavors. These are keto friendly. There's no sugar or anything in them. And I used the sweet bread last time. I used 10 liquid drops in the egg whites, and it didn't keep the egg whites from fluffing. So don't worry about putting the liquid in the egg whites. Now, I actually use liquid egg whites. I don't break open eggs and then separate the whites and yolks. I just use the liquid egg whites. So today I am using the bread and butter toast. I put 15 drops because I could just barely taste a hint of the sweet bread with 10 drops. So I'm going to try 15 today. I've also added some nutritional yeast. I had somebody tell me that adding nutritional yeast, as long as the flakes aren't too big like that one there, gives it more of a bread taste, less of an eggy taste. So I'm going to try that. But what I do is I mix all of my dry ingredients in this bowl. I have a 1/4 cup of the egg white protein powder. That's Now Sports egg white protein powder. There's nothing in there except egg whites, right? I add a pinch of salt and a pinch of, literally like just a pinch of cream of tartar just to hold it all together. You don't have to have cream of tartar. I just find that it has more of a bread texture with it. Today I added this and of course the bread and butter toast flavor. I will get this in the oven for 40 minutes. I will shut off the oven, open the door, and let it sit for 10 minutes so that the bread does not collapse. And I'll see you at the next segment. All right, guys, here's my first meal of the day. Keep in mind that Maria Emmerich's recipe is a 6-serving recipe, and I have 8 servings here. So I even cut the serving sizes smaller. By adding the tablespoon of nutritional yeast, I did add 3 total carbs to the entire recipe. So you would have to take 3 divided by 8, which is going to give you a little less than a half a carb per slice. So even adding the nutritional yeast only gave me 2 carbs right here, but the rest is going to be pretty much protein. All right, I was missing fried egg sandwiches, so I have me 3 fried eggs. I fried them up in one big circle. Put a small piece of cheese in between the egg, salt, pepper, and of course Duke's mayonnaise. This is my first meal of the day. And then that warm, yummy bread, when it's done with the steam, I will put it in a Ziploc bag with a napkin to keep it from getting soggy and put it in the fridge. And these are the macros. All right, guys, let's talk about Goodfish. Let's talk about miso teriyaki and Seasalt. We're going to talk a little bit about the company, and I do have some cheat sheet notes here. I'm going to warn you again, these are pricey. Not saying they're not worth it. I'm just saying if you can afford it in your budget, that's fantastic. The good news is that no matter who orders from them, they're going to send you an email with a coupon code. I've added that in the description below. So if you want to try these, you will get $10 off if you use the link that I've added below in the description of this video, and then I get a $10 kickback. Woo, woo. Yes, because I love them, and thank you in advance if you use that link. I'm not an affiliate though. I'm not a partnership. I would have to think long and hard if I was going to do a partnership with them, because some of their products have cane sugar and maltodextrin, and it's really kind of high up there on the ingredients list. So the fact that it says 0 carbohydrates, it's one of those scratch your head things like, is it really 0 carbs? But guys, if you're not new to keto, you know where I'm at with that. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about this. So Goodfish is a great company as far as what they're doing for the fisheries and for the Alaskan Bristol Bay fisheries, right? The more valuable they can make the fisheries, the more money they can make them, the less gill net fishing that happens, right? And for those of you who don't know, a gill net is just a fishing net that they drag, right? Or they cast net. I don't know how they do it for salmon fishing, because I live in Florida and we don't have salmon streams here or anything like that. So basically, I do know though that a lot of wildlife dies unintentionally in the gill nets. So these guys are doing something good there. They do pride themselves on non-GMO, right? If that's important to you, non-GMO. What I am recommending to you though is a keto influencer, someone who myself reads the ingredients label. Don't just pick any flavor they have. These are the only 2 flavors that have ingredients that are suitable for my journey, okay? Your journey may be different. If maltodextrin doesn't bother you, if cane sugar in very small quantities doesn't bother you, then by all means try all the flavors, and I'm gonna tell you about the flavors in a minute. But the two flavors that meet my approval are the miso teriyaki and the sea salt. We'll get into that in just a minute. You guys know how my reviews are. They're very in-depth. We're going to talk about all kinds of things. So you've got a discount code in the link below. That'll save you $10. They use wild-caught sockeye salmon from the best fisheries in the world, right? And it's really good for the ecosystem, like I said, without the gill nets being used in doing this with the fisheries. The skins are prepared in Connecticut, and they use non-GMO ingredients. They have an 8th pack for $25, but if you subscribe, it knocks it down to $22.50. When you think about the cost of wild-caught sockeye salmon, and you break down the fact that you get 8 bags for $25, you're paying somewhere around $4.20 a bag. That is a little pricey, but this isn't going to be an everyday food for me because my budget can't handle that. This is going to be an every once in a while treat. All right. So they have these following flavors: the miso teriyaki, which meets my approval. The ingredients list does. The sea salt meets my approval, and I'll read all the ingredients to you of that. They have a salt and vinegar, but it has maltodextrin in it as the second ingredient. So it's like fish skins and high blood glucose. You know, that's what that one is. So it sounds wonderful, but you got to make those decisions. Salt and vinegar. They have a sriracha lemongrass. They have a spicy barbecue, chili lime, and a tart cranberry, which I want to try. All of my heart wants to love the salmon with the cranberry. But again, it has ingredients in it that doesn't fit into my lifestyle, so I'm just gonna have to watch from afar. I'm gonna have to wait for you guys to try it and comment and let me know, you know, how much it sucks that I can't do. All right, so we talked about the fishery. They have several offices in the United States, but they are trying very hard to support the fisheries in Bristol Bay, Alaska, right? Be a little bit more eco-friendly to our marine life. I like that. I like that. I'm not against that, right? Okay, so we have sea salts and we have miso teriyaki, my friends, and this is a serving size. Each one of these bags contain 15 grams. Now look, these are going to be the same as pork rinds. You're not going to get heavy weight in a servings of pork rinds. But I'm going to go one at a time and talk to you about that. You can pause it right here if you don't believe me and you want to read it for yourself. Go ahead, pause it right there. Then you can expand the screen. I'll leave it up for 3, 2, 1. Okay, now you're just going to have to take my word for it because... All right, so one whole bag is 80 calories, 4 grams of fat, 150 milligrams of sodium, 0 carbohydrates, 0 sugar, 0 added sugar, and 10 grams of protein. This offers 30 milligrams of potassium and 5.3 mcg, whatever that means, of vitamin D. We've got a little bit of calcium in there, 70 milligrams. Let's talk about the ingredients. For this particular miso teriyaki, you know it's going to have some sweetener in it, so chill. All right, we have wild salmon skin, organic and sustainable palm oil, allulose, salt, natural flavors, which could be sugar. They can hide anything they want under the guise of natural sugar. But I'm assuming because it is a United States-based food label that it can't have more than 0.7 grams for them to list this as 0 carbohydrates. So it's a very minuscule amount, I'm assuming. Organic garlic powder, yeast extract, citric acid, spice, and stevia extract. So there's 2 places here where they can hide ingredients, but I don't think they're allowed to on the nutritional label. I don't think that they're allowed to say 0 carbs if there is a total of a carb. So if you eat the whole bag and you get 0.7 carbs, as long as the rest of your life is living clean, I think you're safe. I just think you are. All right, let's talk about an even cleaner version. This is the cleanest version, right? So this is the sea salt. See here? Once again, we have 80 calories for a 15-gram bag, 4.5 grams of fat, 40 milligrams of sodium, so there's less sodium if you're on a low sodium. This has less sodium than the miso teriyaki does. That's so deceptive because that's miso teriyaki. This is salt and this has less sodium, but I digress. 10 grams of protein. It still has about the same macros with the potassium and everything else in it. The ingredients in this one, this is the cleanest one they got, guys, is wild salmon skin, organic palm oil, and sea salt. 3 ingredients. So this one would be 100%. Now look, let's use common sense. If you're eating 18 bags of these a day, number one, I want to know where you found your pile of money, where your money tree's growing, because sister, hook a sister up. But if you're eating 3 or 4 bags of these a day, I don't know that palm oil in that quantity could be harmful. But, you know, we're talking about an occasional snack, right? An occasional snack. So first of all, what I want to do, fish it. So if you do not like the taste of fish, you won't like these. These do have a salmon fishy smell. On a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being what water smells like from your tap or from your filtered water, to a 10, which would be a plate of raw oysters, this is going to be somewhere around a 3 or 4. It's a mild flavor, but if you don't like the flavor of fish, you're not gonna like it. This is a fish skin. Wait, let me pour these on a plate so you can see the amount. All right, guys, you know how big these Pioneer Women bowl are, right? Look, I can almost stick my whole face in the bowl, right? It's a big bowl. Let me show you. These are really fluffy. And it doesn't seem like there's a lot in there, but I'm gonna tell you that they are surprisingly filling. Surprisingly so. This is gonna be part of my lunch, by the way. So as you're watching the daily vlog, wondering what I ate for my second meal of the day, Goodfish fish skins. All right, so you can see the fish skins, right? We can hear the crispiness. Ah. Fish. So crunchy. For those of you who are really repelled by the sound of chewing, I'm sorry that was necessary for the sake of this video, because if you want crunchy, so good. Ta-da! I feel like I just did a trick or something. All right, so now let's go to the miso teriyaki. Again, I've had these. I'm just using this review video to eat another bag. They have a little bit of a different coloration because they have a little bit of a different seasoning. These smell like miso. Oh, if you like the taste of miso, you're gonna love these. So crunchy. I'm telling you, if you are looking for a crunchy snack, you have to do your own research. You have to turn bags over and look at the labels. I can only bring you what I would allow in my diet, but my diet, my nutritional needs may be different than yours. I'm just telling you that I really love the idea of supporting this company who's trying to do good things for marine life. I really, really appreciate that they're bringing us a snack that is versatile among many different nutrition plans. And I appreciate that they have a couple flavors that even fit into my lifestyle. So anyway, the price point is what keeps me from having I would have like a box of these at all times in my house if they weren't $25 a box plus shipping. So the price point's what keeps me away from them. But, you know, I wrote them several times asking them if they do partnerships, affiliates, where I can earn points for free product, give my subscribers a discount. Haven't heard from them, guys. So meanwhile, there's a link below if you want to try these. The miso teriyaki will not disappoint you. But you gotta like fish. You still have to like fish. Goodfish, if you watch this, you did a great job. Thanks for trying to provide a healthy alternative to potato chips and all the other chemicals that are out there. So, and thank you. Thank you for the marine life. Thank you. All right, guys, this is a dessert plate. These are actually really tiny. That is 5.5 ounces of steak that I had pulled out last night and I never cooked it up. So that is my lunch today. All right, guys, it is afternoon time. I am fixing to make myself a little delicious treat. I kind of wanted a dessert kind of thing, and I don't have any sugar-free Jell-O. So instead, I'm grabbing the Barney's Santa White Christmas decaf coffee. I have a pinch of salt in here, about 6 drops of pure stevia. I'm going to put a splash of half and half. Yes. And then I'm going to pour it over ice, and that'll be a little kind of coffee treat for me today without the caffeine. Yes, because I like sleep. All right, guys, I'm not sure what happened, but I made wings for dinner tonight. I had 9 chicken wings, and I seasoned them with Tony Chachere's, and I baked them in my air fryer. So that's what I had for dinner. My calories are a little high again. I really don't think we're going to see any weight loss this week because I've had 2 days in the 2000s and 1 day at 1800. I've only had 1 day where my calories were at 1500. So my average calorie intake this week has been pretty high, but I'm getting hungry. And I'm wondering if it has anything to do with, and I cannot remember the name of it, but there's a certain phenomenon that happens in the body biologically when the seasons change, where literally the chemistry of your body and the way your body burns and stores. I just wish I could remember what it was. You know, so basically I'm part grizzly bear and storing up for the winter. It all planned out, guys. I was going to keep a straight face and just tell you this big story. But jokingly, of course, jokingly. But I hope I made you giggle. Anyway, I'm wrapping it up for the night. My calories were high today, but everything that I ate was 100% keto friendly. My carbohydrates were very low. So, I mean, there's the trade-off. Most of what I ate today was carnivore-ish, if you will. I think most of my carbs came from the Zip Fizz I had. The Zip Fizz I had 3. So almost half of my carbohydrates came from the Zip Fizz. I didn't eat very many carbs today. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the review. Remember, there's a link in the description below. You get $10 off. I get $10 off. And they did respond to me, but I have not had time to really sit down and look at the email. But I saw that they do actually have an affiliate program, and that they are taking my suggestions with the maltodextrin very serious and the sugar very serious. And I should hear more from that soon. But we'll see, guys. But yeah, take advantage of the $10 off discount code, right? And then help a girl out so I can get some more good fish. I hope you all had an amazing day. I'll see you tomorrow with another daily vlog. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.